All right, guys, let's get started. Go ahead and feet together at the end of your mat. Good, just take a deep breath. We made it here to midweek. Woohoo. And go ahead and just start rolling your shoulders. And while you're rolling your shoulders here, just find your breath. Just connect with that breath. Inhaling as you roll up, exhaling as you roll down, taking your time. Good, and when you're ready, take a big breath up. Grow that spine long and just exhale. Push the rim away. Do that again. Exhale. One more time. Exhale. Good, this time inhale up. And just lean to one side, leaning mountain. Now you can keep both hands up or just have one hand down for support. Just whatever you feel gives you the best sensation for right now. Inhale up, and we'll go the other way. Inhale up. Now bend those knees, just fold yourself down onto your legs. Soft legs here. Let this just round your spine. Good, bring your hands above your knees and just flatten your back here. Standing cow. And up we go into standing cat. Really tuck that chin. Feel the lengthening of your neck here. Pull that tailbone in. Good, and from here, straighten your legs. Good, and just walk yourself down till you feel that stretch reflex in the back of your legs. So we're not reaching super far here. So yes, I'm touching the floor, but you might not be. You might be on your shins or something like that. That's fine. Good, take your right leg, step back. Unhinge right up into high lunge. Pull your hips under. Good, so you're kind of tucking the hips here. Shoulders are over the hips. Think about dropping your shoulder blades into your back pockets. You should feel a big stretch in the front of your back leg. Good, set your right hand on the floor. Let your hips drop into this. Exhale, revolve your lunge. Good. Good, now just a little movement here. Drop your knee and reach forward with that left hand. So inhale here, and then we're gonna exhale, squeeze that right quad and rotate again. Inhale, drop the knee, reach, lengthen the spine. Exhale and turn. Inhale, drop the knee. See if you can push the hips forward just a little bit more. Exhale and turn. Last one, inhale and reach. Exhale and turn. Come back to the center. Walk your left foot, so your front foot, toward the side of your mat. Turn your right foot. Push down into those hips again. Unhinge again. And this time the heel in the back is on the floor. So we're in a warrior one here. You're gonna feel this pulling open towards your right. Use your core to sink into this pose. Pull the hips around and the shoulders to square off with the top of your mat. Pull the belly button in. And hands to the floor. Nice wide fingers here. Step back to downward dog. You can pedal those legs for a moment if you want to. You should feel like your right leg might be a little bit looser than your left. We'll take care of that though. Good. Find your plank. Good. Hands under the shoulders. Remember, you can always do plank on your knees if you need to. And chaturanga, we're going to lower down. Your goal is to keep your belly off the floor so that you sweep up. Good. Now you can keep your legs on the floor. You can bend your elbows to reduce the back bend a little. You can also pick yourself up into full up dog. So whatever works for you, you can vary that throughout the course of the class. Good. Sit back. Take your knees toward the sides of your mat. Sit back into child's pose. Good. Bring yourself up to tabletop. We're going to extend the right leg behind you and reach out with your left arm. Now, rather than thinking about lifting, think about lengthening. Push your heel past the back of your mat. Reach out with that farthest finger. Good. Let your bicep line up with your ear so you have a neutral spine here. Think about trying to point your toes. So this is your right leg. Think about pointing it to the left side of your mat. Really going to square off your hips. Take a breath. Now take that neutral spine, curl it. Drive your elbow to your knee, bird dog. And reach out again. Inhale. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, reach away. Long breaths here. See if you can make your exhale here match your inhale here. And one more time, in and out. Take a breath here. Reach back with your left hand. Grab your right foot. Push your foot into your hand. Lift your knee and think here about rolling open through your shoulder. Good. Bring both hands to the floor. Tuck your feet. Lift back into downward dog. Step forward with your left and then your right. Come into a spinal extension. So the hands can be feet, shins, floor, but lengthen your spine here. Good. Take a deep breath, and we're thinking about driving the rib cage past the knees. Exhale and fold. Take a couple more deep breaths. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, press through your feet and unhinge. Big shoulder roll at the top. Take a breath. Exhale, soft fold first. Bend your knees and just roll your rib cage onto your legs, rounded spine here. Put your knees or your hands above your knees, straighten your legs, lift into standing cow. And exhale, roll that up into standing cat. Good, now straighten your legs, straighten your spine, standing extension. See if you can walk that a little further than last time. And then we'll add a fold again. Good, step back with your left foot, heel is up, come up to your high lunge. Swing your hips under. Good, tuck those shoulder blades back. And left hand goes to the floor. Exhale and revolve. Good, strong leg in the back. Press through that front heel too. You'll feel your hip. And here we go with our movement. Drop your knee and reach out with your hand. So there's this moment of push the hip forward and reaching. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze that back leg. Lift and rotate. Inhale. Drop. Reach. Exhale and up. Spread out those fingers you're standing on. Press through the fingertips, not just the palm heel. And up. And we have one more. Reach. Exhale and lift. Good. Both hands to the floor. Take your right foot a little bit wider. And now turn your foot and unhinge again. This time we're in warrior one. So sink the hips, pull that left hip, even with the right. Pull the shoulders. We're squared with the top of our mat. Super active, strong in this back leg. It's almost like somebody's going to come and kick your knee. And so you're like locking in so they don't move it. Make sure all 5 of your back toes are on the floor. So we don't want to roll up onto the arch of the foot. If that's happening, step in a little bit. Good, and come to the floor. Step back to downward dog. Spread out those fingers. Good, come forward into your plank. Pull those shoulders down into your pockets. Inhale as you chaturanga, and exhale to up dog. Lift your heart. And sit back. Let's enjoy that child's pose. Knees towards the side of your mat, feet toward the center. And bring yourself to tabletop. Good. We're going to extend the left leg and the right arm. Again, think about reaching, not so much lifting, because we don't want to have this arch in the back like I've got right now. We want it to be neutral. Point your left toes toward the right side of your mat. Really square off the hips. Take a deep breath. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, push away. So maybe move a little bit slower than you think you should or that you want to, because we want to move with the breath. In, out, out, out. One more. Inhale here. Exhale. Reach back. Right foot grabs that right hand grabs your left foot. Roll your right shoulder open. Good, and reset. Tuck your feet. Up we go to downward dog. So when you're ready, step forward with your right, then your left, and inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, and unhinge. Whew. Good job. You should be warm now. Go ahead and roll those shoulders. Reset anything that needs resetting. All right. We did this a couple weeks ago. We're going to revisit this. So if you weren't here, so our spine is going to stay straight. So we don't want to fold over, but I want you to inhale, relax your left leg. Just relax it. Yep. You can come up under the ball of its foot if you want to, or just soften the knee. Now turn to your right and hinge. Now I can reach the floor. You might just reach your thigh. That's okay. Find this nice revolution in the hip here in the lower back. Good. Now, as you come center, bend that right leg and come up to chair. Good. So we want the feet and the knees in line with each other. Hi. Inhale as you stand up. Relax your right knee and we'll turn left. Hinge over. Good. So you should feel this big stretch in your left hip here. Try to keep that left leg straight. Inhale as you come center. Bend both legs. Come up to chair. Inhale up, bend your left knee, turn right, hinge over, exhale. Feel that in the right hip and the lower back on the right. You don't have to reach up. If you'd rather just have your hand on your lower back, you can. Inhale as your knees come together. Exhale up to chair. Inhale, soften your right knee, turn left. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, knees together, and exhale, chair. Bring the hands into prayer and lift. Take a breath. Step halfway back with your right foot. So just a little step back. Press the hips back as you hinge over your left leg. This is a split leg fold. Good. Step back with your right leg. Turn. And then we'll unhinge and spiral open to Warrior Two. So here in Warrior Two, unlike Warrior One, we're in a long line. So the arch of your back foot should be in line with the heel of the front foot. So we're not quite as wide. Now, if that affects your balance, go a little bit wider. But think about rolling the shoulders open and pulling out through your fingertips. Think about wrapping the muscles of your arms all the way down your arms, around those bones. Pull your core in. Good. Think about this muscle here, that left hamstring, trying to sink to the floor. If that means you got to go wider or longer in your stance, do that. Straighten your leg. Now pull your right hip toward the back of your mat. Reach out with your left hand. Exhale and hinge over to triangle. Relax the core. So it's not your shoulder that's turning you here. It's your middle section. Keep your shoulders back and down away from your head, but they're not pressing backward, causing strain. Bend that left knee again. Come back to warrior two. Now we're going to see if we can sink a little bit deeper. Reach up with that left hand. Right hand goes to the back leg and lengthen your body here. Feel that distance between the left hip and the left pinky finger. Sink down into that left leg. Big breath and spiral all the way down. Hands to the floor, lift your back foot. We're gonna lift that left leg up to three-leg dog. Now, just like we did before with our knee tuck on our knees, now we're gonna do it from dog. So your back does round, your shoulders move forward a little bit. Tuck that knee and try to touch your knee to your forehead. Big exhale. And then inhale, push up. Slow exhale, pull in. Inhale, go slow. We want to rush that. Exhale in. Inhale up. Exhale in. Inhale up. And now take your leg out like a kickstand. We're going to drop the hips to the floor. So basically we're doing an up dog with a kickstand and a cat. So let yourself just drop into your hips. Sit this back, keep your leg extended. Take your right leg, that's the one on your mat. Turn it out toward the outside of your mat, and your foot goes towards the inside of your mat or towards the center. Push your leg away. So I want to be like I'm doing a half of a middle split or half of a child's pose. I don't want to be over my leg. I want to be in the center of my body. Push back into your hips. And just walk yourself center. You're in tabletop. Take a breath. Bring your left arm up to the ceiling. Take a breath. And we'll thread the needle here. You're going to go all the way through. Drop your left shoulder to the floor. Breathe into your lower back here. Hips are high. Bring yourself to tabletop and roll yourself up. Good. Press your right hip forward. Now feel this lengthening as you turn. Now your hand, your left hand, needs to go either to the back of your thigh or it can go onto your heel, on your foot, but try not to just have it hanging out here in space. This is about releasing all of this. And if we're holding out in space, we have to squeeze this to maintain. So we want to be able to just release. This is revolved half camel. Think about pushing that right hip forward. Squeeze your glutes. Open up your chest as you breathe. Try to breathe all the way into your belly. Soften your hips and come forward. Now take your left leg and step forward. Push the hips forward. Kneeling lunge. We're going to counter revolve here. So set your left hand on the inside of your left leg. And that's your fulcrum. That's your lever there. And just reach for your back leg. Good. Now you can just stay there. Feel the rib cage turning. If you want to advance that, see if you can grab your foot. You're looking back at that foot. Beautiful. Most importantly, think about keeping the hips forward. Big stretch in that quadricep. Release that. Bring your hands to the floor. Go ahead and lift that right leg. Step in, feet together. Inhale, standing extension. Lift the ribs off the hips. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees. Unhinge. Take a breath. Exhale to prayer. All right, we're going to do that hinge over into chair. Good. Take a breath. Open up your arms. Soften your right knee. Turn left. Take a breath. Over we go. Inhale, knees together. Exhale. Unhinge, chair. Big, strong pose here. Press the weight into your heels. Good. Inhale, come up. Soften your left knee. Turn right. And exhale and hinge. Inhale, feet together. Exhale, unhinge. Lift. Inhale, soften the right knee. Turn left. Exhale and hinge. Center and chair. One more time. Inhale, soften the left. Turn right. Exhale and hinge. Feet together and find your chair. Good. Take a breath. Go to standing extension. Exhale and fold. And we're going to step back now with our left leg. Turn your foot and we unhinge. Spiral up into warrior two. Again, think about dropping this hamstring to the floor. Make sure that you're pulling this knee toward the pinky toe. It doesn't have to go past the pinky toe, but we just don't want the knee to cave inward. Core is pulled in. And straighten that front leg. Pull your left hip toward the back of your mat. Reach out that right hand. Exhale and hinge to triangle. Pull up through that left hip. Relax the core as you exhale. Let your body spiral open. Find a breath. Exhale, back up to warrior two. See if you can sink a little deeper. And now we reach down. Back of the leg goes to the left arm. Right arm comes up. Reach. Feel that opening from the right hip to the right pinky. Big stretch in that back leg. Strong, strong, strong. Take a deep breath in and spiral all the way down. Turn that back heel up. Take your right leg up to three-leg dog. Make sure your fingers are spread out. Push that left heel down. Take a breath. Exhale, slowly draw the knee to the forehead. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, push up. Exhale in. Inhale up. Exhale in. And inhale up. Bring it forward like you're going to do plank, but give yourself a kickstand here. So your right leg is out, and then just drop into your hips. Split leg up, dog. And push back. Leave your right foot out. Take your left knee toward the side of your mat and your left foot toward the center of your mat. Push that right foot away and feel yourself moving to the right, away from your left knee. Push back into your hips and split your child's pose. Bring yourself to the center. Take that knee in. Come to tabletop. Roll yourself up. And now you're going to take your left hip forward. Reach up. Revolved half camel again. You can have your hand on the back of your leg or your foot. Think about squeezing your glutes, pushing that left hip forward. Soften your hips to come center. Get your balance and step forward with your right leg. Watch out for your cat. All right, kneeling lunge. So let this leg relax. When you're ready, right arm goes to the inside of your right leg. Turn. And we have this counter revolve here. You can just hold it here. Or if you want a little more, try to add that back foot. Good, come back around. Lift that back foot. When you're ready, step in. Inhale into a standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees and unhinge. Good. Bring your hands behind you. Open up your collarbones. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Think about dropping your knuckles behind you. Good job. Inhale up. Exhale. Hinge. Standing extension. Take another breath. Exhale. Fold deeper. Good. Listen. Step back with your left foot. Lift your right foot into three-leg dog. So the left foot goes back and the right leg goes up. Good. From here, pull that right heel into your glute. Now, look underneath your right arm. Turn your sternum and your hips open to the right. Point that right heel to the back. Reset to three-leg dog. Take a breath, and you're going to bring it forward for pigeon. So we're taking the right leg across the midline of our body. Make sure that you flex that right foot. Now you can roll up off your hips like I am. I'm squared to the top of the mat. But if you need to modify for a back injury or an ankle injury or a knee injury, just go ahead and lower to the hip, but still try to keep this long reach behind you. Good. Take a breath. Good. Now, we don't want to think about rounding. Think about lengthening. So from the crown of your head to your fingertip or to your toes, or even from your fingertips, everything is lengthening. Breathe into your back. Feel that rib cage behind you, your back body opening as you breathe. Good. Walk yourself out of that. And just bring yourself back up to downward dog. Shake that out if you want to. When you're ready, lift your left leg into three-leg dog. Look underneath your left arm. Turn your sternum and your hips open to the left. Pull that left heel into the hamstring. Try to pull that heel farther behind you. Reset your three-leg dog and come down for pigeon. Now this side might be very different than the other side. Just honor where you're at on this side. No comparison or judgment. It just is what it is. Really normal to be very different on one side from the other. And then again, when you're ready, think about lengthening the body. Breathe into your back body. And sit yourself up. Good. From here, I just want you to bring your legs around. Straight in front of you. Good. Walk your sit bones towards the back of your mat. Take a big breath up. Good. Press your legs down into your mat. Reach forward. So just like that forward hinge, we want to take the rib cage past the hips. Good. Think about relaxing your shoulders. So we tend to hunch up, pulling the shoulders towards the ears. And if you can envision it, pulling your back when that happens towards the back of your mat. We really want to roll the shoulder blades into the back pockets and be pressing the whole spine forward. Whatever that means to you. It might even just be up here. That's fine. Yeah. And sit up. Good. Go ahead and take your legs wide. Good. Now we want our pubic bone to point to the floor. So you want to tilt your pelvis forward. So you're almost pressing your sacrum forward. Right. Now, if you have a naturally posterior leaning pelvis, you're going to kind of look like this. So what you're going to do is press yourself into that forward position. And you can fold from here. You just take it down like this. Notice my back is straight. If you can maintain this position, that's when you come forward. Good. Walk yourself up. Find heart center with your hands. Take a big breath up. Good. Turn to one side. You still got your posture. Exhale over. Now, as you exhale over to this leg, think about the opposite hip pushing down, or think about pushing down through the opposite leg. Walk yourself back up. Come back to heart center. Inhale. And we'll go the other way. Find that posture. And then down you go. Again, think about the opposite leg. Big stretch here in the lower back. And inner thighs and hamstrings. There's no tension in your neck. Walk yourself up. See if you can go a little bit wider. Take a breath. Last time, either here or here. Exhale forward. Good. And walk yourself up. Take your knees, bring them in, roll all the way back. Good. Give your legs a hug. You can Massage your back here, rock back and forth. Good. Now hold on to your left leg. Exhale and push your right heel out. Leg straightens. Push that heel all the way to the floor. Big stretch here in the hip flexor. Good. Now with your left leg, extend it up to the ceiling. Big toe hold if you can. Now glue your right side to the floor, and you're just going to let your left leg drop open. If you need to switch your grip to a shin or something, that's fine. So really think about pushing this right side down though. On an exhale, gather it all in again. Grab hold of your right leg. Exhale, push that left heel way down to the top of your mat. Good. Feel that stretch in your hip flexor there on the left. And now we grab the big toe here if you can, and big toe hold. Try to straighten. You can always just grab the calf. Open up the left side of your body. Press your left leg, your left hip, your left arm, your shoulder into the floor, and let yourself just melt open to the right. It's okay if that left hip opens up a little bit and comes up. We just want to make sure we're pushing down. Inhale, gather everything in. Good job. Take your hands right above you in prayer. Knees are right above your hips. Take a breath and roll everything to your left side. Take another breath and then exhale. Open that right hand to the right. Try to get your right shoulder to the floor and look to the right. Come back to the center, knees over your hips, hands back up to the center. Roll to your right. Take a breath. Exhale, take that left arm all the way around to the left. Look to the left. Bring your knees back to the center. Put your feet on the floor. Let your knees fall together. And then I want you today to place one hand below your belly button on your belly, so in between your hips. Take the other hand just below your heart on your rib cage. Relax your elbows on the floor. Good. Now, most of the day we breathe in the top part of our lungs. So begin by focusing on that hand that's at the bottom of your rib cage, so around your diaphragm, and breathe in. Feel your hands or your hand lift as you breathe. Begin to soften your breath here. Move past that hand to the bottom hand. Breathing all the way into the belly. And then if you can, see if you can make your hand at the bottom move first. Begin letting your inhale match your exhale. And allow your jaw to soften. When you're ready, feel your body in contact with the floor. You wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, roll to one side and join me seated. Good. And once you're seated, just start to roll your shoulders again. And catch your breath here. Just getting ready to move on with the day, starting over. And let's reach out. Take a big breath. Push the room away. And another breath up. And big exhale like a sigh to center. And God bless you guys. Namaste. Happy Wednesday. Awesome job. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for being here today. We'll see you Friday at 9. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thanks, you guys. Appreciate you.